Welcome back, guys. I trust you've been staying safe. Now, the case of the two missing girls in Nigeria, specifically Abigail Afiba Tando and Celine Indudim, has evolved to become a triple threat match, or let me say a triple threat case, where one side has to do with these two missing ladies, the other side has to do with the suspect Andrew Ochekwo Amechi and his suspicious person under the care of the Nigerian police. And then the third side has to do with the alleged corrupted attitude and practices put up by the Nigerian police, which is suspected to have culminated in the demise of Andrew Ochekwo Amechi. And as if this wasn't crazy enough, given that these two girls haven't been found, there is now a fourth leg growing on this case between the so-called best friend or good friend of Andrew Ochekwo Amechi, may he rest in peace, called Ben Samuel, and Harrison Gwamnishu, who is also a key figure in how this case was given traction, especially on social media, and also pursued to the point that it gained the attention, dare I say, that it required. Now, in a recent development as of a few hours ago, Ben Samuel has petitioned for the arrest and investigation of Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu. And he sent this petition to the Inspector General of Police of the Nigerian Police Force. And I would say that I'm not surprised. Honestly, I saw this coming. I have a video out that is talking about the seeming tension that was brewing between Harrison Gwamnishu and Ben Samuel. On the face of it, it seems like they are doing the same thing, where Ben Samuel is in the UK trying to push hard on the case, give Nigerian police pressure, even collaborating with UK police to collectively give pressure to the Nigerian police to get to the bottom of how Andrew Amechi passed on, finding the three girls, alleged corruption by the Nigerian police. All these things are at play. And on the flip side, Harrison Gwamnishu is in Nigeria. He is more on the ground with the force that even went to Andrew Amechi's house and found the so-called evidence that was allegedly seen. So you would think that these guys are doing the same thing, but it is looking like they are not. They may be doing similar things, but there are still some differences and overlaps. And as at few hours ago, Ben Samuel has issued a petition to the Inspector General of Police of the Nigerian Police Force calling for the arrest and investigation of Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu. Now, I'm going to get into the details of this petition. He has broken it down into 6 key points, and I think that these are interesting points. I am not judging whether they are well-founded or not. I'm not judging whether they hold water or not. I'm just being analytical. And I think these are valid questions that would have to be looked into. It doesn't hurt to be sure. Now, I read, "We, the undersigned citizens, urgently called for the immediate arrest and thorough investigation of Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu. The following points detail our grave concerns and justify our plea for swift action. 1. Overstepping boundaries. Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu has taken on a role that usurps the authority of the Nigerian police. His actions in the investigation into the kidnapping of Afiba and Celine by Mr. Andrew, a British national, have far exceeded the remit of a private individual, raising significant questions about his true intentions." Now, on this, I can't really comment much. I don't know the limit he is supposed to have as an individual. I'm referring to Harrison, and I don't know whether there is any special powers afforded or accorded to him per what he is doing with the police. So I can't really say much into it. Now, the second point, manipulation of the legal process. Mr. Harrison's involvement began when he used the testimony of Miss Rachel, one of Andrew's alleged victims, to highlight Andrew's dangerous activities. Now, despite Andrew being in police custody and an ongoing investigation by the anti-kidnapping team, Harrison continuously updated his platform, influencing public opinion and potentially jeopardizing a fair investigation by castigating Andrew as an organ harvester without any basic facts. He used his narrative to divert national attention from the cause of the alleged crimes committed by Andrew, which include failures by your officers to act on multiple complaints made against him well before the latest incident involving 2 young women, one of whom is a Ghanaian and the other a Nigerian. It is crucial to address this case urgently, as those girls may still be alive. Now, on this point, I think it begins to get technical. The question here is, where do we draw the line for what Mr. Harrison was doing and reporting on, especially with his reportage? Was he using the caveat that depicts that everything he's saying is alleged? If that's the case, then maybe he may also have a valid defense because he is still reporting. And unless there is substantial evidence that seeks to suggest that he may be compromising the process, he may also be able to defend himself. But I'm not the law, but I think that these are interesting points and these are interesting days coming ahead, because with these 2 guys clashing like this, I think it takes the case to a whole new level. Now, the third one, suspicious actions during bail and transfer. On May 22nd, when Andrew was scheduled for bail, Harrison claimed to have petitioned the Inspector General of Police, leading to Andrew's transfer from Abia to Abuja. During this transfer, it is alleged that officers extorted 1.5 million naira from Andrew and coerced him into a fatal escape plan. Harrison's role in this transfer and his omission of critical details about the officer's misconduct are highly suspicious. Well, I think this one, he may have a case, or he may not, I don't know. But I think all he's trying to achieve is we should delve deeper on how Harrison played any role, because he was there through all this. So what was his role? He is not a police officer. He is not mandated to carry arms and those things. So, and he is not mandated to arrest a citizen, unless I'm wrong. I don't know how Nigerian laws work. But basically, he's highlighting that they need to find out the role Harrison played in all this, if any. Now, number 4, he talks about the questionable conduct and evidence handling. Now, I read, after Andrews' death, Harrison announced the discovery of body bags near Andrews' house and involved the same officers responsible for Andrews' transfer and death, bypassing the local police. His team searched Andrews' house without unbiased witnesses and allegedly took foreign currency found there. Harrison did not disclose the discovery of the missing girl's phone and made dubious claims about missing curtains and fresh bloodstains, despite extensive police searches. This is interesting. Now, number 5, he talks about inconsistent and suspicious findings. Harrison's narrative about decomposed bodies and fresh bloodstains raises serious doubts. His early announcement about the state of the bodies before his visit further undermines his credibility. The improbability of a community ignoring decomposing bodies for a month and red bloodstains persisting for 30 days casts significant doubt on his account. Now, I was also wondering when this news came out that they had found the remains of a lady and it had allegedly been there for about a month. I was wondering, are there no people in the community who saw this also? How come they just saw it? Was it that they were better at finding some of these things, or was it that it was the remains were at a place where people were seeing and bypassing them? I don't know, honestly, but I think it's a valid question that demands an answer, and a good answer for that matter. Now, number 6, financial misconduct and cover-up. The money extorted from Andrew was transferred to an account in UBA. After these revelations, Harrison reportedly collected this money in cash from the police officers involved. This raises serious concerns about Harrison's true interest and potential tampering with crucial evidence. Given these points, it appears that Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu may be collaborating with corrupt police officers to cover up this crime. His actions have not only obstructed justice, but have also raised significant questions about his integrity and intentions. We, therefore, urgently call on the Inspector General of Police to 1. Arrest Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu immediately. 2. Conduct a thorough investigation into his actions and involvement in this case. 3. Ensure that all evidence, including financial transactions and communications, is meticulously examined. 4. Hold accountable any individuals found to be complicit in this conspiracy, including corrupt police officers. Justice must be served and the integrity of the Nigerian police force must be upheld. We trust that you will take swift and decisive action to ensure that those responsible for these egregious acts are brought to justice. Sincerely, Ben Samuel. So that sums it up. And that is the petition calling for the arrest and investigation of Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu. And Ben Samuel is leading it. Now, this takes everything to a different level. Because in as much as someone might say this may be a bit too extreme, somebody might also argue that this could be good because Harrison has been through most of the case with the police on the ground. If these police officers are now being questioned for suspicious behavior, why not Harrison? He was there. So it's a two-way thing. It could go left or it could go right. But let's see where this petition will go. I'm still following, like I told you. And when there are updates, trust you me, I'm going to bring them to you. Subscribe if you are yet to do so. Turn on the post notifications. And hey, keep an eye out and stay safe out there. I'll catch you on the next one.